Next, we had the World Tag Team Championships. Swerve and Our Glory defending against the acclaimed, very, very, very over number one selling T-shirt. Swerve and Lee come out and they just have like this look on their faces, like they're here to prove a point. Swerve especially comes out the new Jeff Hamilton jacket on and new pay-per-view gear I haven't seen, and this was a masterpiece. I was like so impressed by this. I think this was the match of the night. This was like the crowd just it's something about Chicago and AEW tag team matches. They call it lightning in a bottle here. Anthony Bowen's selling of his knee was great. There at the beginning of the match, there was a lot of the meme chanting going on, and this was like, I feel like this was the night where Swerve and Lee really like planted like their feet down, like to really like just show how great they are. Like, you know, we saw the match where they won the titles. There's a lot going on, and I felt like I really saw like their character performances in this. I feel like it's like Swerve's work in particular. I think he's clearly the MVP here. Just adjusting on the fly. The crowd, like, you know, both of these being babyface teams, and the crowd clearly picks one. But you know, Lee and Swerve adjusting on the fly and working like pros and figuring it out. And then once, like, you know, like Swerve kind of sets this match up in that promo where he talks about Bowens' body failing him. And I was like going into the match, and I was like, I wonder if that's going to play into this. Then, like, he does that thing, he falls off the ropes. Bowens injured so much that he immediately goes down with it. The whole crowd drops out of all that meme shit, and they're like, oh my God, did this guy hurt himself again? And then they fucking kill his leg. I think Max Caster really only had one job in this match, which was to lift up Keith Lee at a certain point and slam him, which he did. But I think the near falls in this were incredible. The unpredictable nature of it was incredible. I think people calling for an audible were absolutely ridiculous because that's not how this works. But like, this
that's not the point. Like, the whole point of this match is to get you to want them to win it eventually from them, or get them to want them to win it anyway. Like, this match puts a claim on the match as not just a fucking goofball act.
Like,
or so, like, yeah.
And I think Swerve and Lee were like they were in charge of like legitimizing them and showing like how great they were in the process. This had so many things going for it. This was like a movie.
But the thing is, Rich, it worked so good that like now you have idiots out here acting like Lee and Swerve weren't the kingmakers that they absolutely were in this match, especially Swerve, and that like like Max Caster is now a completely new guy from what you've actually seen like the whole fucking 2 years we've seen this fucking guy. It is like, bro, do you not see how terrible that fucking drop kick he threw was? Get out of here.
I thought it was like I mentioned this to you, like, I think they needed to break people's hearts with this, and that's what happened here. And this was like this hit everything for me. Like, so
I like this match. I thought it was a 4.5-star match, right? Like, if you were to ask me, like, I'd probably say this is like the third or fourth best Swerve match I've seen this year, something like that, right? Like, I like the Nick Wayne match more. I like the match that they won the titles with, whatever else. It is what it is. But I think the thing for me mostly is just like, they did this for these fucking guys, and then the response isn't, oh my God, they're fucking awesome. Swerve and Lee, it's, oh yeah, they're still NXT guys, so fuck them. Like, we were not going to gravitate to them. It's like, are you guys out of your fucking minds? What's wrong with you?
I thought the question that they got in the press conference was embarrassing. I thought it was.
I think that's probably what set me off mostly about this. But like, it's also, you still see this is like. Well, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I thought it was embarrassing. I thought it was dumb. I was like, why would you ask them, like, should they have called an audible? It was like, one, they're not the booker. Two, that's like you're trying to blow up the medium by having them answer that shit.
Rich, do me a favor. If you ever get a chance, people that are listening, if you ever get a chance, go to Denise Salcedo's like videos of the scrum from YouTube last night. Go to the Keith Lee and Swerve one, and then get to the part where they first mentioned the idea of of Audible, and you can see it on their faces. Like Swerve has shades, so you can't see his eyes, but he sits there. He doesn't move an inch. He doesn't budge. He doesn't nothing. Right, but as the question gets towards the word audible, you can see Tony Khan in his eyes like, oh my God, they're going to say something about going to an audible. These fucking idiots. I don't want to answer this, deal with this. And then Keith Lee is like, in good faith, listen to the question. And then once he says we're audible, you can see it sticks to him for like 3 seconds. And he's like, he wants to like cuss this fucking guy out, or he wants to tell him he's a fucking idiot. It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
I clicked.
If you have not watched, if you have not watched Swerve in Lee's press conference, it's 12 minutes. I implore you.
Great character work.
Great character work.
Like this shit, like all the shit you hear people say about Jay White. I've seen some of these Jay White post match interviews or whatever else, or press conferences after New Japan match. They're not nearly as compelling as this whole thing was, where you have Swerve sitting there arguing with the fucking boss, and it's a work shoot. It's not what CM Punk did at all.
Yeah,
at all.
Yeah.
But you clearly see like my character is pissed off that after beating these dudes thoroughly, that like you want to give them another shot in their hometown, no less. We're gonna fucking hurt these guys because it is gonna be your fucking fault, Booker, man.
Yep. Incredible match. I'm like at least 4 3/4, maybe higher. I'm like in the middle on it, and I think it was incredible. And I think it was like I was looking at it and I was like, man, I don't know how long Swerve and Lee are gonna be a tag team. I'm not interested in exploring like when they're gonna break up and all this stuff like this. Like I'm kind of taking a ride here, right? But
they're gonna be like this, for lack of a better word, like this new standard heel tag team of NXTers that are gonna kick all the AEW ass. If this is what they're going for, it's going to work like gangbusters. And eventually somebody will figure this out, that this is what they're doing, and then people will be like, oh well, this is a great role for them right now and for the time being. Like, but like this is a great place for them to like grow equity in the company around Tony Khan, around the guys in the locker room, around the fans of them hating them, whatever else, and they can almost run this shit like a, similar to any other great tag team we've seen in recent memory, like whether it was like FTR in NXT or it was like O'Reilly and Strong in NXT, where it's like, or the Usos, whatever you want to say, where they're just like, they're the standard now. Like understand, you like the Young Bucks, whatever else, they're the trios. They're standard trios. This is standard tag team now.
They're the tag team now.
Bro, when we get this fucking Swerve in Our Glory versus Lucha Bros match,
can't wait.
It's gonna be out of this world.
And I think what I was saying was, I think the end point here with Swerve is like he's a top guy in this promotion. Like he's that's his ceiling here, I feel like. And
he has a talent for it. It just I have my concerns of the fans not gravitating to him unless he's a heel because of the NXT stink on him. So from the AEW fans, so I have that concern. But as far as talent, yeah.
Like we're looking at guys in their early 30s that are in this company, and people that are getting built up, and like looking at this guy and then seeing like how he can work on either side of the coin. Oh. We know he's a dog in the ring. Like we know he's charismatic. Like he's got youth on his side. He's got like the cool factor. Yeah. Oh, like also this is the one. And, look, and he's driven. Like, and he's driven to prove a lot of people wrong about it.
Also, Swerve and Our Glory versus FTR, like that match would go the fuck off if they ever do it. Like I don't know if it's because they've been around long enough, but like those are NXT guys they're okay with. I don't know how this works in the AEW fandom. Like you were at WWE or whatever. Like if you like, there's like a cutoff date. Like if you showed up after the pandemic, you are not gang. I don't know what's going on, but that seems like the rules. Or no, actually, like no, like if you made it to AEW before like before the Thunderdome, you're a gang. If not, get fucked. I don't know what's going on, but it feels like that. Like some random arbitrary line between like 2020 and 2021. I don't know what it is.
I guarantee you, and maybe this is a post show thing we can do, just because of like the dead air that it would be. I like to consider myself pretty plugged in with the AEW fan base. I could probably tell you how it all works if you put like a list of names in front of me.
Like Adam Cole's the only one. That's it, and that's because elite.
And even then,
he still gets it, but like he's at. But most
it ain't
of the fan
always
base
love
still,
for him.
But when he comes out, he hits the baby. They lose their shit for it, and all that kind of stuff. But like it's weird, man. It's really weird.
But yeah, excellent match. I think this is the best match of the night, and I was like blown away by this.
I have to watch the trios match, but like at worst it's second. At worst.
AW